What's going on, guys? Oh, Uncle Lee, bullgearrc videos. Look at that right there. 7 pounds, 10.3 ounces. That's a healthy baby boy. Now, any growing baby boy needs to have its own name. Now, I've been calling this thing the bullgearrc JK, but I don't know that it's going to be a JK forever because, you know, I'm not naming that. I'm naming that. So, with that being said, we're going to christen this thing today. But before I do that, you know how I like to support our small channels. And today, I want to mention a channel that's kind of new to me. I discovered it through RC Voodoo on his channel when he did his 100 subscriber video. And he mentioned a channel called Tandem C television. Now, guys, that's a cool channel right there. It's not all RC, but he does a segment about RC. He's got a garage, a scale garage, where he does builds in the scale garage. The scale garage is called the Creepy Crawler Garage. It's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, it's a really great concept, and right now he's doing a build for the guys over at Highway 1, and doing a Marlin build. So if y'all haven't seen him yet, I'm going to leave a link down below. Y'all go check him out. He's pretty cool. Alright, guys, so now on to the christening. This truck right here, well, when it's on the trail, when it's on the rocks, it just gets ugly. It doesn't show the trail or the rocks much respect at all. And since this truck is from Texas, seems logical it should have Bubba in the name. So that's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to christen this thing Ugly Bubba. Yes, indeed. Now, since Ugly Bubba is a growing boy, he needs more testosterone. So we're going to get his shirt off here, and we're going to get inside and see what we can do about that. And I'll be right back. So here's a little peek at the mess we have. Since I put the new rock sliders on, we've lost our waterproof box for the receiver. So at this point, Ugly Bubba is not waterproof. If we see right here, this is a tray that Harley designed. That's 3D printed tray that bolts on with these 3 screws here. Now, I have extras. So if anybody does decide that they want to do this upgrade after what I've mentioned about it, let me know, and I'll send you one of these things. I got a couple extras here that we can send out. I will leave contact information in the description below. And you see I've unplugged my motor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out and this out. We're going to start by taking our drive shafts loose, 4 bolts underneath, and this should come on out. We're going to take a peek inside and see what we can do with that stuff, and I'll be right back. So here we have it out. We're going to go ahead and open this thing up. A couple screws here. Got some screws along the back, and we're going to inspect everything, see what it's looking like, and then we have here Hot Racing hardened steel gear set. So I know this has metal gears, but these are a cast gear, metal gears, sintered gears, or whatever they call them. And well, we want bulletproof, so we're going to put these in. So I've taken the slipper clutch assembly off. Looks like it was well good in time for me to be inspecting this, and I don't know that I like that. We have to see what we can do to fix all that. So take this side apart and we'll get into it. Okay, so here's a peek inside. As you can see, it's metal geared. Bearings seem to be still spinning freely. We'll tear this thing apart and we'll get these gears out, get some new bearings and new gears back in it. I do notice it's got a little bit of grease, not a whole bunch of grease, but anyhow, we're going to take care of that, guys, and I'll be right back. So now we have all new bearings and gears. These are stock gears, bearings. Bearings really didn't seem that bad. Stock gears seem to be in perfectly fine condition. However, we are going to upgrade it just the same. So we did clean this out. I'm going to put a little marine grease, just a very light coat right in there, because I guess from the water getting on one of the bearings, I did see some light rust in this area. So I cleaned that out, and just to be on the safe side, I'm going to add a little bit of marine grease, like I said, just a light coat right in this area. And we'll start putting this thing back together. It goes there. Now I did go all the way around this one with marine grease, so when we install it, it should go ahead and coat our other gears for us. Oh yeah. All new hardened steel, new fast eddy bearings. So let's put this thing back together and move on to the next step. So we got it back together. We still got that little end play here, and in looking at it, there's nothing wrong with the bearings or anything else. That's just appears to be in the nature of the design. So that might be something we look at changing out one of these days. Looking at the stock gear set, I don't even see any signs of wear. Probably it would have been just fine the way it was, but I wanted to, for my own peace of mind, go ahead and make everything bulletproof. And the Hot Racing hardened steel gear set is supposed to be a pretty much bulletproof set. So that's what we got in here now, guys, and let's get on to the next part. Okay, so the next step is I have removed the stock axial 35 turn motor. I want to try something different. I didn't go, really top end, I guess, but this is the Integy Matrix Pro lathe motor, 45 turn. Now this is a rebuildable motor, probably not of the quality of the hand wound Holmes Hobbies, but I just wanted to see if I liked a 45 turn motor. And as you can see, I've got the ground lead put on here. This is the Dean's Wet Noodle 12 gauge wire that I'm using. One thing I wanted to mention, if you look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terminals. Now, I wouldn't think that that would be an issue, but I was reading in the forum and a couple people had question about that, and a couple people hooked it up wrong. And when you hook it up wrong, well, you get a light show and a smoke show. See, not everybody in life gets along, guys. This black guy here and this red guy here, they're gonna fight. Somebody always has to be between these two and keeping them separated. If somebody doesn't keep this red guy and this black guy separated, they gonna fight and you ain't gonna like it. So when we look here, we see that this all the way around, this is one piece. So if this touches this, it's not going to be pretty. Over here, on the other hand, we see that we got this guy right in the middle separating them. So that's what we always want to see. We never want to see this. We always want to see this. If you want to do this way, you're going to watch a fight. So let me get this soldered on here and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we have it all back together. Slipper clutch is installed. Motor's installed. Gears are meshing nicely. So yeah, now we just need to measure these leads, get some ends put on, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Dean's plugs on the ends of these. That way I can just plug it and unplug it instead of those bullet connectors. Didn't really like those, so yeah, Dean's plugs. Okay, so everything's reinstalled. I did put Dean's plug on the ESC. I made sure to do the ends backwards from the battery connection so we can't accidentally plug it in wrong. Now of course this one is gray, but ESC is probably next thing up as I continue to upgrade everything. But at this point, guys, new motor, new hardened steel gears all the way through the transmission, fast eddy bearings. The only thing in this complete drive line at this point that isn't pretty much brand new, well, the axles got one run on them, the axles and drive shafts. But our spur and pinion gear and slipper clutch are the only things that remain in this drivetrain that are stock. While I was at it too, guys, I did the old-fashioned way of waterproofing this receiver. I stuck it in a balloon, zip tied around the end, put some marine grease in, zip tied again. And then I just kind of wrapped it up in some tape there to kind of make it a neat little bundle there for the time being. I'm assuming that this is also going to be replaced in the near future. But anyhow, I did want to make it waterproof in case, you know, water came along. Also, I am going to do a different technique in waterproofing the receiver for the winch, and we're going to finally install that, get the winch running. And probably here I have a Castle BEC that's coming up for the future. So anyway, there it is, guys.
Until next time, Uncle Lee, bullgearrc video saying I'll see ya.